Very nice t-shirt, hungry for change. Yeah? Yeah, can you stand up, my friend, and show your t-shirt? Very nice t-shirt. Hungry for change. He wants to change the whole world, I guess. Yeah? So how many of us, or how many of you think that you're creative? No? None of us are creative? You're shy. How many of us, how many of you think that you are innovative? No? How many of you think that you're innovative? Yeah, it's I think for the recording purpose. I'll keep it here so it will record. I have to use this. Yeah. So if you see the title, these are the two words that we are going to discuss, learn, unlearn, whatever you call it. How many of you have heard these two words, creativity and innovation? Please raise your hands, please. Wow, many hands. We know these two words, yeah, but we are not very sure whether we are creative and innovative. Why is this? Why is that we are not very sure, very unsure, or not very sure? When I ask this question, how many of you, if you ask me the same question to me, yeah, am I creative? Whoa, I don't know. Yeah, I don't have, things here. I have not done my gel thing. It looks very ordinary, I might think whether I'm really creative. So my point here is to answer this question, whether we are creative, whether I am creative, is a very difficult question to answer, but not impossible. So now you think once again, whether you think you are creative. Think, I'm sure you will have an answer, and each one of us can be very creative, and we are creative already. You mean? So we just finished our classes, I just finished my, the administration work. We are here using this just 1 hour, maybe 70 minutes, 80 minutes before the lunch. We are using this time very creatively, I would say. Yeah? Otherwise you have done many other things. We are all here for a very short time, for a very powerful lecture. At the end of the day, we learn something. So don't you think we are very creative in using the time? We are very creative in using the, the dress, Maybe it's just 20 ringgits, 10 ringgits, 5 ringgits, Maybe it's a free t-shirt. And using it, expressing it, look, I'm hungry for change. Very creatively done, yeah? I can see many examples here. So the way we dress is also very creative, We try and express whom we are by dressing the way, we want. It is very creative to me. So why are you, shying away when I ask you whether you are creative? Why do you think you struggle to say that, yes, I am creative, I am very innovative, I do a lot of things that are very, very different from others. The way I eat, the way I sleep, the way I sing songs in my bedroom or a bathroom, whatever, it's very creative. Why is that we shy away when we come to know these two words called creativity in Bahasa, in Mandarin, in Tamil? I'm not very creative when it comes to languages, but I'm sure each one of us are creative. Otherwise, we would have not been in USM, in the university. We are innovative. We have the capacity to innovate. Only thing is, we are not using it. So I'm going to prove that at the end of this 70 minutes, a life-changing, thinking. I'm sure it will happen. It happened to me when I listened to this presentation when I was doing my bachelor's. Maybe I don't know how many years now. Yeah. So I'm sure each one of us creative, each one of us can be innovative if we try a little bit more. So that is what I'm going to show you in 90 minutes. So I have divided the whole thing into these three things. Maybe first 10-20 minutes we'll talk about what is this creativity and innovation. Why is that we are so stuck, when it comes to creativity? Is it only for few people who has all those great ideas? Steve Jobs or Bill Gates or I don't know, or all of us can actually be creative. We are already creative. It's only that we don't know that we are creative. Nobody is telling that we are creative. And somebody comes and tells you that you are very creative, you are very unsure. So we'll try and understand this word, this concept, this term, whatever you call it, a little bit more, so that you will be very comfortable with this word. Yeah? So next time anyone will ask you whether you are creative, you will not feel shy at least. Yeah? So that is what we will try. And then I also try and put some ideas together to see how to trigger this creativity that is there in our brains, in our bodies, in our hearts, as a human being. How is that we can trigger this? We need to trigger this, so that it will spark. If the spark will come out, we need to make an effort. And how is that we can nurture, we can mold, we can build the innovation that comes with the creativity. So that is what we will do in next maybe another 20 minutes. So first we'll try and understand what is creativity, innovation, these two keywords. And we will try and understand how do we trigger this creativity that is there, in us, here, wherever it is. And so that we can innovate things. We can do things better. We can do things differently. We can do things that are useful for everyone. Yeah, that is what innovation is all about. So we'll do that, and I'll give you some examples at the end. How people are creative and how is that they are triggering some many innovations. And I come from India. I'm a visiting lecturer here. So I'm very proud and privileged to meet so many Malaysians, bright young people. A lot of creativity exists in Malaysia. That's why you are one of the developing countries or the most developed countries. You want to be a developed country, and triggering innovations and creativity is an answer. I can see many innovators here, many enterprises here. You're all young people. You have great ideas and a passion and a lot of time before you and a lot of energy. So the only thing is someone has to trigger it. And I'm trying to do that today as a teacher coming from social work, meaning we help people to help themselves. And that is what social work is all about, Kerza Social. If you want to come for masters, after finishing your bachelor's, you're most welcome. We are in C23. I'm just doing a little bit promotion for my own discipline. Yeah. So I'll give some examples at the end, and then we go to the dining table there. Yeah. So your food is there. Don't worry. We will have a nice discussion and we will have a nice lunch, and then you go back to your classes in the afternoon. Is that okay? Or you expect a little bit more? I cannot move from here because they are recording this. Otherwise, I would love to go there and then talk to them also. But then I cannot move because they want to record this session and put it on the Moodle so that others can see. Creatively done. But there are problems with this. Yeah. Imagine there is a lecture capture, I move wherever I want, but the camera can move according to my movement, and it can capture the lecture. There is a technology available. It's called lecture capture. It's an innovation in teaching and learning. Unfortunately, we're still with that, but our CDAE, I think they have that lecture capture system anyway in another room. So coming back to this, once again, welcome. So now you tell me, what is creativity? How do we define creativity? How do we understand creativity? We have 1 hour, 20 minutes each. How do we define creativity? When I say creativity, what is that comes to your mind? Say anything. We are all friends, yeah? It's not an exam. There's no marking. There's nothing, yeah? We are all here to learn. And I don't want to lecture. You don't be creative in that way. What is that comes to your mind when you hear this word called creativity or innovation? What is it comes to? To me, a bulb, like this, it comes to me. The moment I read this innovation or creativity, the bulb, it comes to my mind. What is it comes to your mind? Yeah? We have the mic? We have the mic? Or you can shout like me. I don't know, it's working, yes. What is that comes to your mind when we talk about creativity? Now that you are close to me, you have to tell me something. What is that comes to your mind? I'm sure a lot of things come now, by now. Yeah? What is that comes to your mind when you say creativity?
Making new things.
Making new things, okay. Good. That is what creativity all about. I agree with that. Yeah, my friend? What is creativity? Not being ordinary, very correct. Yeah, when you are creative, you have to be like, very different from others, not ordinary. Okay, I agree. Some more, please. Okay, artistic, yeah, being very artistic, yeah, creativity, a lot of colors, a lot of designs, a lot of, things that we have never seen, being very artistic. Yes, creativity. What else? This side, my friends. What is that comes when you hear this word creativity? You're all here to be creativity, otherwise you would have not been here. I don't think you have come here for the lunch. I don't think you have come for the, the points. You want to be creative, that's why you are here. So now, make use of the opportunity and talk. My friend from the good times, yeah. Variation, yes, I think very important, variation. You're all creative because you're all different. A huge variation, diversity exists here. That's why I said we're all creative. Variation, yes. What else? You're lost. Wow, I'm already creative. I'm thinking, What else? What else comes to your mind? Friends, please tell me. I cannot reach you there, but I would love to hear from there. Creativity. Being creative. I'm a very creative student. What we mean by that? For that, you only have to be at design school, that, journalism, mass communications, and maybe engineering. Or do you think only those students can be creative? Or students from mathematics, students from social science, students from political science also can be creative? What do you think? You guys are from social science, economics, sociology, or engineering, medicine. Yeah? Whom do you think are very creative when it comes to the science? Yeah? No, you don't want to talk? All of us are creative. Sociology is creative. Yeah, it's not just engineering. Even being a sociology student, you can be very creative. There are a lot of creative ideas came from sociologists. You agree or not? There are a lot of creative ideas came from political science students. There are a lot of creative ideas came from medical students. There are a lot of creative ideas came from even language and literature, dramas and all that. So it is not the discipline that matters. So what is that matters then? What is that matters? Is it the size of the brain is what matters when it comes to creativity? Or is it race that matters? Or is it gender that matters? Or is it class? Rich, poor, only rich guys can be creative. Is that what matters? What do you think? No, right? So what do you think then matters when it comes to creativity? Is it you are dark, you cannot be creative? I am very white. Is the color is what matters? Is the height what matters? Is the weight what matters? What is that matters then? The one? The one to be creative or not. Very clever answer. But it's good. That means it's up to you whether you want to be creative or not. That's what makes the difference. And I agree with that. If you want to be creative, you can. Then you start using your brain, then you start using your body, then you start using all other facilities. There are many of us never think of creativity and we don't want to be creative and we can spend all our life like that, even being without creativity. Possible. Because it's all about using the brain, using the heart, using the hands. So that is what you will see when it comes to creativity. There's so many words, creativity leading to the innovations, yeah? There is social innovation, there is social entrepreneurship, there is social partnerships, there is a social enterprise, you name anything, it's there. It's all connected to creativity. You agree or not? You can add more actually, you can add more. Yeah? Social media, social network, I don't know, there's so many social things these days now, on your iPads, on your, there's so many already being creative here. You're listening to me and you're chatting to your friends, you're sending, you're capturing the audio file and sending it to your, computer. Possible. I don't mind. As long as, you get something out of this. So there's so many words that comes in the literature, in the media, in talking to the friends, on the internet, in the chatting, all Facebooks. It's all about creativity and innovations. There's so many ways that we can understand. So that's the point. Okay, now, what do you think about this picture? Yeah, I'm sure you must have seen. I've taken this from the internet when I was, looking for creativity, design thinking and all that. This is what attracts me. I thought this is very creative. What do you think about this? Funny? Yeah? It's not possible. We can only see in the pictures. I have never seen such thing on TV, National Geographic Channel. What is that you think about this? You prove me now that you are creative. Yeah? We started with a statement that all of us can be creative, right? We all can think. We are already thinking. So what do you think about this? Yeah? If you don't respond, you don't get the best out of me. Yeah? If you are creative, I will be creative in teaching. If you are not creative, I am also not creative. Yeah? What is it comes? It stands out. Which one? The third one. Yeah? It's upside down. It stands out. Yeah? Being different. Creativity means being different. Being stand out. Thinking differently. So I'm sure you must have been at least one chance to being stand out in all your 18 years, 20 years, 25 years life now. In the school, in the primary, in the secondary, in the university, first semester, second semester, I'm sure you must have had this experience. Being stand out, being different. Yes or not? You think yourself, I'm sure you will at least have one idea that look, that particular time I was really different. Meaning you have that already. You are creative. What is this? Sorry, that side please. Someone said some innovation or something like that. We know this, right? We know this. So what do we think about this when we see all of them together? Yes, please. Sit. Feel free. New technology and outstanding. Yes. They all do the same function, right? They are all providing light. But different ways. Maybe one will consume a lot more electricity than others. Maybe one will give a lot more coverage than others. Maybe when it comes to cost, maybe one is expensive, the other one is very cheap. Maybe one of those things, come for 20 hours, the other one 200 hours. The time. But they all do the same function. So what are we doing here again? Someone said the diversity or difference. So which one is more innovative or creative in those bulbs? And why do you think why? Which one is more creative? All those four things there. Yeah? Which one is more creatively done? Or what do you think? Which one is more creative? You're all students. I said you're all creative. But someone said being creative you have to be stand out. You have to have something else. So how do we identify this element called creativity? That's what I'm trying to help you to think. How do we stand out? Which one is more creative here? All of them actually, because they are on their own, unique individual characteristics. Yeah, even the lamp there, yes, the normal bulb that we used to see, the CFL, and now the new designs, that we see. So how is this possible? How these innovations could come? How come we have so many varieties, right from Thomas Alva Edison, who invented this, long back? I don't know, maybe 18th century. In last 200 years, we have technology changes so much. We have different bulbs now. How was this possible? The one? To solve problems. We've been solving problems. We want better light. We want, more duration. We want, cheap, low consumption of electricity. We keep on innovating. We keep on answering these questions. And we have a bulb which gives very bright light, consumes very less electricity, and costs you very less. And that's what the innovations, right? So meaning what? You keep answering a question that is troubling you. Yes? No, this bulb is not good. I have to come up with a different technology which gives me a brighter light, which consumes me less electricity, which comes, which goes for 20 hours. There is this girl who's been interviewed by Obama. Have you listened to her recently? She's from Philippines. The Obama, who was in Kuala Lumpur recently last week, he was interviewing that girl. What this girl did was using Philippines, a lot of areas in Philippines do not have power, not like Malaysia, yeah. So she came up with this technology using the seawater, yeah, seawater. We go to Penang, we have a lot of seawater which we don't use. Using the seawater to electrify a bulb which comes for 8 hours. You put the seawater, the bulb functions for 8 hours. And Obama was interviewing her. It's not she interviewing Obama, US president interviewing her. And now you can imagine how much funding and how much support would she receive. And she wants to solve the electricity problem in the Philippines. You see that? She's just like one of you. How was this possible that she could do that and we are still sitting and talking, what is creativity here? How is that possible? That she could come up with an idea, and already she claims that she covered 1/3 of Philippine houses with those bulbs. I can give you so many examples like that. I'm sure you know many of them. How is this girl can do this and we are still struggling to say that we are creative? There is something missing in us. And that's what we are trying to do now. What is that in missing me? Why is that I'm not able to solve these issues? Yeah? So once you are able to answer that, yeah, the creativity is started. So creativity is nothing but being different, thinking differently, coming out with alternative solutions. I think that's what I would answer. What is creativity? Now, what is innovation? Yeah? What is innovation? The second term that we are trying to understand. How do we understand innovation? How do we innovasi in Bahasa? There's a lot of support programs, a lot of government agencies in Malaysia are supporting young people to come up with a lot of innovations. So how do we understand this word innovation? How many of us are interested to innovate? Do you think that we have the capacity to innovate? Yes. Then what is innovation? Yeah, this girl who came up with this light is a clear innovation to solve a particular problem in a particular country. So what are the kind of innovations that we are aware, and how is that possible they could innovate those products which are trying to answer a big question in our society? So how do we answer innovation? What we mean by innovation? Yeah, I'm sure you know the answer. Yeah, this we already know. For some, creativity is a trait. Yeah, it's all about thinking, and innovation is all about doing. You might be having a great idea. Yeah, you're very creative. Yeah, you designed a nice, a T-shirt, but you never printed it. So it will never lead to an innovation. You have never printed it. You have never sold it. You have never given it to others. It's still in here. The ideation stage. You have a great idea. Oh, if I design a T-shirt like this, and if I use this material, it will solve the problems of extreme cold in Nepal. You have this idea. You want to use this material. You want to design the T-shirt like this so that it will prevent the air passes inside and it keeps you warm. You have all these beautiful creative ideas, but you have never done the things that you are supposed to do. You have never translated your idea into the action, doing. Yeah? Then you can never innovate. So the answer between the creativity and innovation is what? The thinking has to be translated into action. The moment you are translating into action, yeah, you are becoming innovative. And that's not easy, of course. This girl must have gone through many steps to come up with that product, that idea. Yeah, she must have tested with so many types of seawater, the density of water, the type of the electric, the chemical reactions. She must have gone to so many hurdles. But today she has the product. She innovated. So if you can translate your thinking, your idea being different onto the ground, then you are innovating. You are an innovator. Then is scaling up, efficiency, impact. There's so many other words come into the picture. But the only difference being creative and being innovative is you're only thinking, you have a great idea, you are a creative person. Yeah? But you are not able to do anything on the ground. You are not making any progress to translate this idea onto the ground. You are nowhere innovation. You're still at a creative stage. And many of us don't even think anyway. So we are not even creative. So being very idle, very lazy, to creative, to innovate. These are the steps. And we can do that. And it will not take much time. I don't think you need to do a PhD to do that. Even you can innovate right you are in bachelor's. And many innovations, right from your Steve Jobs or Bill Gates or Java or whatever, computer, technologies actually came from when they were, dropped out, when they were actually having coffee. So this innovation, creativity will come without any age or other restrictions. You agree or not? You agree? So can we move now? So we know that creativity is being different, thinking differently, trying to answer the big questions. And innovation is all about taking these ideas onto the ground, testing them, and making use of them. You can see that here. Yeah? Creativity is thinking up new things. And innovation is doing those new things. So now, start thinking. At least, please. Yeah? How do I solve, let's say, the car parking issues in USM? How do I escape, chaining my two-wheeler wherever I park? Imagine you have a bike who can fold. You don't have parking problems. You don't have the, someone will come and chain your scooter or a bike. Why can't we do that? I can use this. Okay, great. Why is that we are still worried? Where do I park? If I park here, whether they come and chain or not. So we are only worried about that. But we are not worried, how do I design a bike which I can carry into my classroom? Why not? Possible, right? You look at the bicycles. Earlier, this is a big one. You can't even fold it. Now, we can fold the bicycle. We can take the bicycle into the Rapid Penang and again come out and do your cycling in Batu Ferenghi. It's possible, right? How was it possible? Someone like you had the problem of storing the bicycle. So they came up with this idea, and now we can fold the bicycle into a small thing, and you carry in the train, you carry in the bus, and when you got out of the bus, you again fix it and you do the bicycling. The thinking, to address one problem. Why can't we, try and fix up the parking problem in USM? Has any one of you working on that? All of us are suffering, right? The parking. But none of us had any great idea in the last 4 years that I'm here. I always ask students, why is that you can't do something? Not using a bike, not using a car is not a solution. Maybe it's a creative idea, but then it's not the solution. The solution is finding a way out. Using the same space, we can park more cars. And a lot of innovations that are happening in parking space. Have you seen any of them? Yeah? Any ideas? How are those ideas came? There are simple ideas. It is called intuitive thinking. It's called lateral thinking. It's called design thinking. And we all have that. These are new words, I'm sure. Yeah? We all know what is thinking. But if you want to be creative and innovative, you have to think differently, because you have to answer differently. And these are the concepts you can help. The lateral thinking, the design thinking, the intuitive thinking. What do you think? You are aware of these words? And that's what I'm going to show now anyway. If you can think laterally, if you think design, then you can solve these issues. So what do you think? How can we solve the parking issue in USM? You started thinking now. Yeah? You are already becoming creative. Oh, this is a question that I should answer. If I can answer this question, you might get an honorary PhD. Who knows? You don't need to do masters and 3 years PhD and all that. You get a patent for yourself. Tomorrow onwards, you will be going everywhere talking about your innovation. Why not? Why is that we are not thinking? Tell me another problem in USM. Maybe garbage management. Yeah. Still there are a lot of issues I see. Even coming to the classroom and learning. Imagine this class is like you have an access to this class wherever you are, and you are still able to listen to me live, on time, real time. That's an innovation. We are not still doing it. CDAE is still doing some innovations, but still all of you have to come to the class. We have to arrange all this, and you have to listen to me one-to-one. Maybe we need innovations in this, teaching innovations. What else? You have problems in the hostel, I'm sure. You all have problems with the food. We need innovations. I want to have a very nice meal according to my taste, every day very different, for 5 ringgits or 4 ringgits or even 2 ringgits. Innovations in food. We all have to Jubaida and stand in the line there. Very difficult. Why can't we think of some innovation which helps you to get the food right in your desk, on your desk? Not like pizza and Domino's, they deliver you at home. That itself is an innovation, right? Yeah. Earlier you have to go to the shop, eat pizza. Now the pizza comes to you, and delivered at your home hot. It's an innovation in a way. But now we need more innovations. So the point here is triggering creativity and nurturing innovations is day-to-day job. It's not that you will wait for 3 years and you will start innovating. No, you can actually start innovating right now. If you can really touch the parking issue in USM, I'm going to solve before I'm leaving USM. You try, you will win, you will do it. The only thing is we are not thinking. We are not worried about this. Maybe you don't have the bike, you don't have the problem. That's why you're not thinking about parking issue in USM. Or even many other, apartments, there is a parking issue. It's a huge stress. Where do I park? And it has an impact on family, and sometimes you don't take your car because the parking is so expensive. You don't take your car, you don't take your, elder, family members or OKU just because there's a parking problem. Imagine if we can solve the parking problem, how much improvement we can bring in our family lives, in OKU lives, in lives of the world people, in lives of many others. But we are not working. Yeah, we just don't. We may not buy the the car, or we don't go to certain places, and that's it. And that's not innovation. That's not creativity. We are away from the problems. We are not getting into the problems and trying to answer them. I think we are now very clear what is innovation and what is creativity, right? Okay, so now I want to show you some ideas how we can trigger this creativity, how we can nurture this innovation. That is what you are going to see this now. There are so many books in our library, very interesting books. I don't know whether you have ever had the chance to go and read some of them. Read, you get the ideas. And this book by Blink, Blink, Blink? Yeah, the idea comes and you can start innovating. You can start working on that. And this book talks about intuitive thinking. We have rational thinking. We also have intuitive thinking, intuition. Oh, it's going to be rain. That's an intuition, right? We can guess things. This lecture is going to be boring. The way it looks like, it's a boring lecture. You can feel already. Oh, this is going to be very nice. Yeah, there is an intuition. I don't know the Bahasa word. We all have this capacity, all of us. But we don't use this intuition to solve some problem. Yeah? I don't like maths. That's your intuition. You have a good mathematical ability. Because you don't feel good about it, you start, failing. You don't go to those classes. Your ability is, not utilized. I don't like chess. I don't like mathematics. I don't like, whatever. There is an intuition. and if you are not using it in a right manner, you're losing a big opportunity. So this book called Blink talks about intuitive thinking and how by being intuition you can actually solve some of the problems. Now you tell me how we can solve the parking problem in USM. You have some intuition now, some ideas coming in your brain, I'm sure. What is that we can do? Let's say we can bring down the size of the car. Yeah, one parking space can be shared by 2 cars. We can solve the problem. What else we can do? I'm getting some intuitions here now, because I'm forcing myself to think how we can solve this parking problem, right? That is what called intuition. It is there, we have to use it. The moment you start using it, this is what happens. Try and understand our brain a little bit, because it all starts from there. Left brain and right brain, we know that there are a lot of jokes about it, yeah, but it is science. Our left brain thinks very rational. I should go to the to the class, I should be there, I should be learning, I should get A, I should be hardworking. Very rational thinking. If I go to the class, I'll get good marks, I can talk to my friends, I'll get points. Your left brain, your right brain always giving some blinkers. Why you want to go to the class? Go and your friend can sign for you. You don't go to the class, you go to the library. Anyway, that class is boring. What you want is a sign. You ask your friend to sign it. I know many of you do this. That's what your intuition. You are guessing that there's no point going to the class, but you want an attendance. You are asking your friend to do that. You are becoming creative already. Manipulative, but also creative. Yeah. And you go and spend your time in library, I don't know where. But then, see, the right intuition, the right brain gives you that intuitive skill. It's always, crowded, relational, non-linear. If I, do this, what happens? If my friend will not sign for me, what happens? Yeah, that's what intuitive thinking. If I can't press this car, still how is that I can solve the problem? Yeah, maybe we'll put one more layer, on all car parking, so that 2 cars can be, can be parked. Or maybe first come first choice. Whoever comes first, they'll get the parking. I mean, we can think a lot of things here. Maybe if you come before 9 o'clock, you get a parking. If you come after 9 o'clock, you have to pay for a parking space. A paid parking within the USM itself. We can think of, right? Yeah, there is a paid parking. We can use the the football ground when the game is not on. We are not using that, for example. When the classes are on, when the convocation is on, we have a paid parking, so that we can raise some resources for the university. The moment it is paid, then you will be very careful. You will not just bring your car like that. You will start looking for other places. The intuition, thinking a little non-linear fashion. If you can start doing that, you are already creating, you are already innovating a little bit more. When you say a right brain and left brain, it works in 2 different ways. One is very analytical. It analyzes the problems, the consequences. The other one is the intuition, meaning the ideation. A lot of ideas, prototype. Okay, if I do this, this is what happens. So I will not do this on Fridays. I will only do this on Saturdays and Sundays. I will not bring my car on Mondays and Tuesdays because there are a lot of classes, there are a lot of jam, there are a lot of congestion. Whereas I will only bring my car Wednesdays and Thursdays and weekends. See, you started thinking differently now. So the intuitive thinking will help you to ideation. You generate more ideas. Those ideas will take you to the prototyping, meaning, okay, if I do this on Friday, this is what happens.